not hearing it. I'm still hearing I can tell your mic is open, but I can't tell your mic is open, but I can't hear the clicking. Oh, I hear me. Oh, I hear me.
Okay, I think we got it working now. I don't know what it is. It always seems like when I first go live, it just all of a sudden I'm getting this like weird like feedback, and then I end the stream. I unplug and move my mic, plug it back in, and then it's magically working again. And I don't know why that is the case, but it is the case. I'm gonna wait a few seconds, see if because there were some viewers before. I don't know how to entice them to come back or what that is.
I will see if it was any of the people I had spoken to. I'll mention it.
Yeah, it's weird that my microphone is doing this. I gotta like I don't even know if it's a microphone problem or a computer problem. It's weird that again, I only notice it when I start to stream. It's like beforehand it's not making the sound. I stream, it's making the sound. I unplug and move it, and then all of a sudden it's magically working again. So I don't know what the fuck's happening. But it's working now, and I guess that's all I can hope for. So for those who have already heard, I am with Ken. Say hello, Ken.
We gonna lock down to Electric Avenue. Infection rates are higher.
That yes, I'm bringing levity to the fact that Toronto has officially locked down. I'm assuming is what this is in reference to.
I got that from a tweet or a picture or something. I'm just saying it so no one calls me out on it.
Yeah. Yes, Toronto has gone into lockdown. I'm actually surprised the rest of the province has not yet gone into lockdown. I am anticipating London, Ontario is also going to go into lockdown eventually. Our cases are starting to get out of hand as well. And I know our on campus there's been some issues as well. I think there was an outbreak just a few days ago in one of the dormitories residences. So yeah, infection rates are climbing across the province. Not cool. And I think Teresa Tam said that we could be looking at 60,000 cases a day soon. Which is, given the size of our population, is kind of terrifying if we end up going in that direction. And on that note, wear a mask. Don't, I know, because this is American Thanksgiving this weekend, I think. Please, any Americans who watch this, rethink what you normally do for Thanksgiving and maybe don't go infect grandma with a deadly disease. Try your best to stay home and I don't know, a Zoom Thanksgiving or find some other way of doing it. And I know we're gonna be. I mean, shots fired in the war on Christmas. Like Christmas is gonna be fucked too. You got to appreciate that. Maybe don't have another family household extravaganza in a month where we could potentially harm our grandparents and our parents, in my case, because my parents are getting up there in age, as well as I think many of your parents as well. So, I don't want my parents to die prematurely because of a deadly pandemic. Maybe it's best if we try to nip this thing in the butt and get through till we at least get the vaccine. Free,
but freedom.
famous horse. Yeah, but my freedom. Jeez. I'm not sure what the hashtag free famous horse thing is. David Miscavige deserves score. David Miscavige does deserve score. I don't know. Like, Scientologists, they kind of like believe in like Christmas. I think. They're like weird when it comes to Christmas. I think they like approve of celebrating it, but
I know very little of Scientology other than like Tom Cruise is in it.
I know way too much about Scientology than I need to. Yes, he does have a giant.
And Xenu.
Xenu. Well, Xenu's long gone. I mean, he deposited those alien thetans into the volcano and then got the fuck out of here. Well, no, then he dropped atomic bombs on it and then got out of here. So But thank you, President Xenu. Actually, eventually we'll breach out past the rebel cult and maybe discuss other cults like Scientology. Should be a ton of fun.
Woo!
I got banned for saying Biden should redact him. Redact who? David Miscavige? I think, what they should do is remove their tax status completely. But of course they're not going to do it. I remember, I think when they were discussing vice presidencies candidates as well, before he chose Kamala, one of the runner-ups, I can't remember her name, but she was a politician in California who had ties to Scientology and stuff like that. And it was coming out that she gave talks at the CCHR, I think, which is the Commission on Human Rights, which is basically their anti-psychiatry wing of their cult. And that's interesting. Apparently this person, I can't remember, I want to say Barbara something. I'm sure if you Google it, I mean, I could Google it right now, but we're going to jump to this video. Before we get into this video, we're going to be watching Sheila Gunn Reid. I barely cover Sheila Gunn Reid because she's boring, and you're going to witness that right now. I chose this mainly because I love this whole war on Christmas bullshit, and this video is amazingly titled, "Atheist Group Forces Christmas Charity to Cancel Gift Drive for Impoverished Children." Which sounds so terrifying. To preempt it, it's not as bad as it seems. But we're going to watch Sheila Gunn Reid. And I will say, Sheila has blocked me on Twitter. And I know Sheila loves and respects free speech. And they complain all the time about how big tech has censored them. And I just want to say that I feel like Sheila has taken away my freedom of speech. I am no longer allowed to tweet at her, and she is censoring me on her Twitter page. So, shame on you, Sheila. How dare you?
I feel that my freedom of speech rights have been violated by proxy. I have not been blocked by her, but because you have been blocked, I feel similarly violated.
If she has,
I also feel like my freedom of speech has been infringed upon by Sheila Gunn Reid.
Yeah. Welcome, Elron, to the stream today. Yes, so she has blocked me, and that's shameful. I also want to say, on that note as well, that Drea Humphreys, so the very first stream that we did on this channel was for Drea Humphreys, who was trying to compare Black Lives Matter to witchcraft, and therefore we should not like Black Lives Matter because of witchcraft. That's kind of the argument she was making. She ended up liking my video, which was very... Well, let's say I don't know that she ended up liking my video. I'm pretty sure she has some weird bot thing. So I got a comment here. I'm just going to open up my little YouTube notifications so you could see the comment that was left me. And it says... So, Hungry for Truth with Drea Humphreys. So, I guess before Rebel, she primarily made YouTube comment on her Hungry for Truth channel on YouTube. Her comment on the first Twitch stream was, "I actually really enjoyed what I watched of this, guys." Heart emoticon. "I write my own reports." Wink. So, I want to pause there because I write my own reports and then you wink. Yeah. But that also means, I feel like she actually did watch part of the video. But then she goes,
yeah.
"It's called independent journalism. Keep up the good work. Even gave a thumbs up." Then, sorry, my son's distracted me for a second. So she comments on the video, but then immediately deleted the comment. So the comment's not on my video. I have it in my notifications, but it doesn't show up on the video at all. And just miraculously, a dislike appeared on the video as well. And it could be. It could be somebody else disliked it, but I have a feeling that Drea shut off this comment when she first started watching the video. So either she watched it, commented, and then like realized where we were going with this and stopped, or I don't know, it's a bot of some kind. But I write my own reports winky face because we were joking about the fact that we didn't think that she wrote it. So
yeah,
that means Drea watched her stream, guys.
Oh well, let me say this real quick. Hey Drea, what's happening?
Yeah, what up, Drea?
Oh well, man.
Tell Sheila. Tell Sheila to reinstate our rights on her Twitter feed.
Jody, would you say that you are hungry for the truth behind this comment?
I am so hungry for the truth. I've never been more starved for the truth, to be honest.
You know what?
I need to inject that truth straight into my veins.
Honestly, Drea, tell Sheila. I want her to know it was me.
That did what?
That's
The Game of
what?
Thrones reference. Game of Thrones reference.
The best thing is, I don't even think I commented on anything that Sheila did. I'm pretty sure that she has a block bot or something, because I have no clue. I've never interacted with her on Twitter. I just went to go search something regarding Sheila Gunn Reid, and that's when I realized that I was blocked by her. So I don't know. But we're gonna watch her boring ass content.
She name searches. It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. Which is what I assumed with the Drea comment. But again, it wasn't until I read it right now. It was like, I write my own reports winky face, and then I was like, oh, we did say that in the video, so that's fascinating. So Sheila Gunn Reid, welcome to the show. I hope you enjoy what you're about to watch. Probably not, but I hope, maybe. All right, so are we ready for Sheila Gunn Reid? Again, since I said it earlier, I'm going to say it again. This video is titled, Atheist Group Forces Christmas Charity to Cancel Gift Drive for Impoverished Children. How dare these atheists? They sound terrible.
Radical atheists steal Christmas, or at least they manage to snatch the gifts given to children in need by Operation Christmas Child, because the annual Advent shoebox program is Christian.
Gunshots. Get it? Because her name's Sheila Gunn Reid. Pew 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 pew.
I'm basically making the same face as Tucker Carlson in the lower left.
I was gonna point this out. What the fuck is with that Tucker Carlson thing right on your laptop? She looks like she has a laptop from somebody in elementary or high school. I remember people in high school having sticker covered laptops.
Yep, I had
Who
one.
does that? Who puts to be fair, I have a sticker on my laptop. But I don't have the cringy right wing Tucker Carlson love me daddy sticker on it. What is that?
Yeah, and then a heart and some weird Canadian. I don't know what the other things are there, or what this magical BB thing is down there. Yeah, I don't know. But that Tucker one, that's kind of awkward. But it's almost it feels so childish to me. And she clearly, I think she's 40 or something like that. I'm not sure. I hope she's older than me.
14 going on 40.
But yes, radical atheists have destroyed Christmas, especially in Kansas, and how dare they is pretty much the...
Again? Oh my God. Those atheists just never stop. I swear, Christmas has been destroyed every year. How does this keep happening?
Radical atheists, they never stop. They're going for your jugular and just preventing kids from getting presents because they're Grinches.
A Kansas elementary school has ended its involvement in Operation Christmas Child after busybody atheists complained to the school district. Liberty Middle School in Kansas ceased their participation in Operation Christmas Child's annual shoebox program after the Freedom from Religion Foundation, or FFRF, made a formal complaint to the Pratt, Kansas School District about what FFRF identified as, quote, multiple constitutional violations. Now, according to the
Can we pause real quick? Because there's just so much happening there. Ignoring the fact that there were, in fact, multiple constitutional violations in that public school. What's with the stock footage? What is that?
So I think that is from. I'm pretty sure they took it directly from Operation Christmas Child. And so what Operation Christmas Child does is you pay money to get like a shoebox, and the payment is supposed to cover shipping, although I would not be surprised if the ministry is taking a cut of that to evangelize with. But they take the money in, they give you the shoebox, and you fill the shoebox up with toys, and they even ask for some like hygiene products like toothbrushes and stuff like this. And then they ship them to impoverished children. I mean, like, let's be clear here. The language they use in like talking about these impoverished children are clearly racially loaded and come with more than a wink of nod towards like colonialism in how they're giving to these kids, right? Which, I mean, the one thing I didn't know how much I was going to touch on this because like I haven't like dove into the research to know for sure this is the way things are, but they apparently there's issues with this program, for one, in its effectiveness, because a lot of these it would be like giving kids in, so they don't like plan like we're giving these kids to say Honduras, to pick an example, which you know Honduras is going to be different than say Russia as another example in terms of like climate and the things that you would want to stick in these boxes. And so they don't tell you, and then they just willy-nilly like send these things out. So it's like, imagine being like a kid in Honduras who gets one of these boxes and gets like a toque. Yeah. You know, it might not be like, I don't know too much about Honduras, but my guess is that they're not a toque-wearing country in most of the places in Honduras, right? So there's way better ways of, say, doing something like this that this charity apparently does not do. But also, it's like, if you want to help these people, it's kind of bad to flood their economy, like flood their countries with these boxes of toys from outside of the country, when it's like, shouldn't you be investing in sort of like projects within that country that then support the country's economy to help these people in some capacity, rather than like flooding their like toy market with like outsourced toys that are free and like
well listen Jody, the mission of Operation Christmas Child is to provide God's love in a tangible way to children in need. And what better way to provide that, instead of revitalizing their infrastructure, than to send them toques? Yeah. I mean, like, my comment about the stock footage isn't like specific to the segment. It's not even like a criticism necessarily of the gun show. It's more just like you can't watch that footage and be like, that feels a little exploited.
Gross? Yes, it does. And like, we're gonna get to it in a bit, but it's worse than that. Like, what I'm describing right now is there's sort of like very clear base reasons why this is a silly idea in the first place, right? Like, even just from a practical standpoint of like doing something nice for people, it doesn't work on that alone, right? Then there's the icky colonialism, and then there's further stuff that is even gross beyond that. And I do want to say, I will post in the chat afterwards, Freedom from Religion Foundation is pretty awesome. And we'll explain like why, yes, there was indeed constitutional violations in this. And the FFRF does a lot of good work on that front. And I will encourage to donate to them when this is done to further the war on Christmas and destroy Christians from infiltrating schools.
Christian news site Discern, Pratt School District Superintendent Tony Helfrich said in a response letter to FFRF, regarding our students' participation in Operation Christmas Child, we are discontinuing that effort upon learning that its mission is more sectarian in nature than we realized. Hang on for a second. Sectarian is a very weird way and bizarrely sterile way of saying Christian.
I will. Yeah, go on. You can comment.
Sorry, this. Do you guys in Canada not know about our government? About like not wanting to have, federally funded schools and such endorsing specific religions.
You mean your First Amendment to the Constitution?
Did you remember
The
you guys that like?
Clause?
Are we just gonna ignore that right there?
Yeah. But it's not only that. So like to sort of like hinge like first Sheila's delivery, hella boring, very very awkward in her delivery.
Yeah.
On like reading these articles, but okay, sectarianism is the thing that she focuses on and goes by sectarian. They mean Christian. Now, I want to ask you, why do you think they would choose the term sectarian? I hear nothing. Well, like, what is there just a single thing that's called Christianity that every Christian adheres to, or is there different sects of Christianity?
Well, obviously, there's only one true Christianity. We all know that. We all know that the Mormon faith is correct.
So what's the likelihood that this religious school, or like school in Kansas, so my guess is every person affiliated with the administration at the school probably has some sort of Christian background of some kind. Maybe that's a stereotype, but I think we could look it up online. Kansas is probably 90% Christian. My guess. Maybe 80% if we're being generous, but probably 90% Christian. Now, this Operation Christmas Child, that is specifically from Franklin Graham, his ministry, the Samaritan... I think it's called the Samaritan Project. Either way, he has his own sort of like Samaritan thing that he does to like donate to causes and stuff. So it goes through Franklin Graham's organization. Now, Franklin Graham, he's the son of Billy Graham, who was a big preacher from back in the day. He's not a good person. And his views on the Christian faith don't necessarily match with every other Christian denomination. So, for example, you can be a Christian church and still support gay people and think that being gay is completely normal. Not every Christian will agree with that, but some do. But, of course, Franklin Graham believes in conversion therapy and does not think that gay people are okay. And we're going to get to some of that in a minute. But the point is like, when they say sectarian, they mean sectarian. It's clear to me that the school is not going, we're not allowing this to happen because we realize that, yes, it is in fact Christian. Like they didn't realize that in the first place.
Yeah.
My guess is what happened is when the Freedom from Religious Foundation wrote them their letter and was like, look, we're going to have to sue you if this continues. And they were like, holy shit, we didn't know what they believed. Let's discontinue this program.
Yeah. Let's not.
Right? But of course, it's of all Christians are being persecuted is what this narrative. But then this point that we're making right now, that I'm making right now, is exactly why you have the First Amendment to the fucking Constitution. So that you don't establish a religion.
I thought so. I thought it might be bad if we had, sort of the government-sponsored religion of convert the gays, but I don't know. Maybe I was wrong.
Right? It's like maybe you don't want your school, your publicly funded school, that's getting funded by all kinds of different Christian sects, also Muslims, Hindus, atheists, all their tax money is going to the school. Maybe you don't want that school to be preferencing one sect, one religion over another, and then indoctrinating your children into it. I don't know.
Again, if it was the Mormonism sect, that would be fine. But it's this weird, yeah.
And the thing is, like you were saying, like, do Canadians not know this or whatever? My guess is they definitely, Sheila and all these people at Rebel definitely do know that. But I will say, in Canada, we don't have an establishment clause like you do. I actually think that it would be great. We actually have a 2-tier school system in Ontario where we have a Catholic school system and a public school system. So we actually publicly fund our Catholic schools still. We may have socialized medicine, but we also have a Catholic school system.
But okay, FFRF's letter to Helfrich asked that the school cease participation in Operation Christmas Child or taking any other action promoting Christianity, like including religious references over morning announcements. The group...
Just going to skip over that one. Just going to ignore that.
Promoting Christianity, like including so I don't think she goes on to mention what this was, but this principal of this school was quoting Bible texts every morning during his announcements to the school.
I swear we had a Supreme Court case about this. I'm pretty sure we did.
And I'll tell you, not only did you have a Supreme Court case, but in FFRF's letter that they sent to the school, they listed all the court cases.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, the FFRF know their shit. And like, you know, they didn't come here just going like, we're a bunch of atheists. They were like, look, this is unconstitutional. Fuck off.
Yes.
Oh, but yes, of course, it's like, and notice like she drops all these hints, which is like she's clearly reading the content that suggests that there's a lot more to this than this stupid like shoebox thing. But of course, she has to make it about that shoebox thing, because that's the one where it looks like grumpy old atheists are preventing Mexican children from receiving our dollar store toys in shoeboxes. Like that's what's going on here.
The mean old atheists are preventing the African children from getting them yarmulke. And obviously they're violating all the students' constitutional rights. But yeah, we'll just don't worry about it. Get some yarmulkes. They need to go to Africa.
Yeah.
Also called Samaritan's Purse, which organizes Operation Christmas Child, a pervasively sectarian religious organization.
I pause here. So this is the word I was trying to say before. This is Franklin Graham's organization, Samaritan Purse. But didn't want to see, you can vaguely see it right here. But this is them listing court cases. You can see like right here, it's like the court number and the page citation. Like FFRF knows their shit. So it's like they're quoting from the letter, and they know they have the Supreme Court precedents on on the screen right now, slightly blurred, but it is there.
CERN also reports it was Liberty Middle School staff members, or at least one, who tattled on the Christmas program that sees school children stuffing shoe boxes with small gifts, toiletries, and school supplies meant to be delivered to children in impoverished, famine-stricken, and war-torn parts of the world. Imagine being mad about this. FFRF said...
Imagine indeed.
But notice how she said... So it wasn't FFRF that just randomly chose this. People, administrators, teachers, whatever, some people at this school went and complained to the FFRF to get involved to deal with this. So this is, and again, it's possible that the people that went to the FFRF were atheists, considering that they knew to go to the FFRF, or at least must have known someone who knew to go to the FFRF. But it's also possible that these people were, say, more moderate Christians who were accepting of homosexuality or other issues that still, or who are accepting of other religions and still felt odd and awkward about this and knew their constitutional right and got the FFRF involved. But then, of course, Sheila Gunn Reid paints this out as they tattled. They couldn't handle it and had to go to the Supreme Court of the United States.
I can't believe they would go out and defend their constitutional rights. How dare they? How dare those absolute pussies?
Yeah.
And it's like if the shoe was on the other foot, the shoe would be complaining just like the individuals that went to the FRF or the FRF themselves if they did it without other people coming to them. But it looks like the article says they were informed.
Well, the whole thing here is you better know damn well that if there was some public school in Canada or in America where a Muslim was reading from the Quran to his students and was telling them to donate to some like Ramadan charity, that they would be shitting their pants over this. Like literally, like shit would be streaming down her legs, like she wouldn't be able to contain herself. Because it would be like, oh my God, the Muslims have invaded our school system. Right?
Yeah, no, that's you articulated it better than I could. Yeah, if it was flipped around in any other way, they would be wholeheartedly on the other side of the issue.
Hold on, I just want to push back against that comment in particular. Jody's saying shit would be spewing from their ass.
It would. Well, you can tell by the way she talks, like it's constipated, it's in there, right? And then like the tension would burst and it would all just come streaming out.
Yeah, articulate or particulate, they're about the same thing.
But even so, there was a case in Canada, a video by Drea Humphreys that I didn't show, but it was like I think they did it a couple. Hi, Drea. They did it a couple days ago, and it was about this issue with these Confucian programs in Canada. So I guess I don't know all the details. I haven't researched it. I was just watching their video. But it was a video where they were claiming that the Chinese government is funding these Confucian schools, which then help students in Ontario from learning, for example, in Vancouver, who might not speak English as a first language, and it helps teach them English language skills so that they can better perform in schools. And the things are funded by the Chinese government, but they're called Confucian schools, and I guess it partly has to do with the religious belonging to Confucianism, right? Or at least the religious philosophy or whatever. And of course, like the rebels going like apeshit about that in Canada, right? But again, no complaint about anything that Christianity might do in our schools because they have a bias, maybe? I don't know. Sheila Gunn Reid sounds pretty Christian adjacent to me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Elrond here. This Mormonism erasure will not stand.
Yeah. Well, that's what. Well, yeah. We need Scientology in the schools as well.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
But yeah, so what did we get so far? We got the shoebox gift giving activity, and you have reading the Bible passages in the morning. But it's gonna get a lot worse. So let's see Sheila just glance right over this one.
They were alerted of many egregious constitutional violations from a concerned staff member at Liberty Middle School, including "see you at the poll" and the school's vice principal's use of religious messaging and Bible quotes in his official district communications. A lot of these groups rely on school authorities being ignorant about their mission, FFRF's co-president Annie Laurie Gaylor said. We appreciate how swiftly the district discontinued the fundraising after our alert.
I just want to say, it sounded like she really stressed Gaylor. I don't know if it's just me, but I felt it. But I want to back it up just a second so I can have the image on the screen. What do you think "see you at the poll" is? So I read that and was like, what the hell is that? And it's capitalized. See you at the poll.
When I read it, I the first thing I thought of was those jokes from back when I was in school. It's like, oh, fight at the flagpole at 5 o'clock after school or whatever. It's like, I don't think that's what this is, but I've never heard that before.
So this is a group prayer activity that's trademarked, apparently.
Oh, that's not where I was going. I was like, oh, like they're gonna say "see you at the North Pole."
Nope,
Something Christmassy.
I think it vaguely has to do with Christmas because pole in the name. Like I couldn't find that information from it, but the FFRF, like they had trademark every time they talked about it too, which I was just like, what the fuck is this? And then like when I was reading the FFRF's letter, like it seemed like what they were saying was that there's these campus or not campus, is it like school groups, like high school groups kind of thing, that would organize these sort of like group prayer events, and they would be called "see you at the poll." But the thing is, they're student-led groups, and that's constitutionally allowed, right? If you have a bunch of students that want to create a club and want to sit around in prayer, they're allowed to do it, just like Muslim kids are allowed to do it, just like atheist kids should be allowed to sit around and have a group where they're just like, we don't believe anything. Like, cool, they should have that right. It's well within their constitutional right to do that. What's not allowed is for the principal to be organizing this club and like telling people to join it while being a principal publicly funded with U.S. tax money. You know?
That's probably not allowed.
That sounds like, what is it? What did the FFRS said? They were alerted to many egregious constitutional violations.
That sounds not good, boys.
No.
Not good.
But again, it's the way, like, the right always does this. It's like, it's even weird to me that they would bring this up or show this on the screen. And of course what they're banking on is the complete lack of interest in their viewership to like want to delve any deeper than what they're being told by this. But it seems so counterintuitive to like put this on your screen to leave it out there for people. But at the same time, it's like they'll put it there and then just glance right on past it. As if it doesn't matter. So long as they get to the conclusion that evil atheists are trying to deprive poor children of their presence. Now let's listen. Just, I'm curious. Does she stress Gaylor? I'm pretty sure she stresses Gaylor.
Communications. A lot of these groups rely on school authorities being ignorant about their mission. FFRF's co-president Annie Laurie Gaylor said, "We appreciate how swiftly the district discontinued the fundraising after our alert. However, Operation Christmas Child, an annual Advent project that delivers gifts to children in 160 countries, doesn't exactly hide its Christian motives. The About section of the charity's website explains it all. Look at this, Operation Christmas."
Before we get to this, she said 160 countries. Don't you think that one of those countries would be full of children that are not brown? Yet all the children in these like promotional clips are all brown or South American for the most part. Which still would be brown in some
Are you implying that non-brown people could be poor?
Oh.
Madman. You madman.
But it's like, I don't know. It's just, it's like we gifted few, we need to like give to the lowly brown people is what it feels like, you know. But we're gonna see this. So this is the mission statement from Operation Christmas Child, and just let me know if you think it just feels like, and then tell me what exactly feels like a constitutional violation.
Christmas Child is a project of Samaritan's Purse, an international relief organization. Our mission is to provide local partners around the world with shoe boxes filled with small toys, hygiene items, and school supplies as a means of reaching out to children in their own communities with the good news of Jesus Christ. We ship these simple things outside of the United States to children affected by war, poverty, natural disaster, famine, and disease, and to children living on Native American reservations in the United States.
All right, there's that's a second one. It was definitely the infusion of religion into this whole thing, and also implying that all Native Americans are just destitute individuals.
Well, again, it's this thing. It's like there's American white populations even within America that probably could use these shoe boxes as well, right? But it seems to be like we need to pay deference to the non-white people that we're going to infantilize that need our shoe boxes. They don't need our monetary aid. They don't need, say, a disinvestment from the corporations we've allowed obliterated their land, or the redlining that destroyed everything. They don't need any of that help. No. What they need is a shoebox so that we go, oh, look.
It's like we want to give food and supplies and maybe perhaps even just some humanitarian aid in general to their areas so that we can save them from the incoming wrath of Xenu. All right, now let's just move on to the next thing.
Now, it did say that, what was it? Reaching out to children in their own communities with the good news of Jesus Christ. And it goes beyond this, because what they actually do is they insert into every shoebox information about their particular sect of Christianity that is then delivered to these children. So that means that all these children around the world are receiving these shoeboxes, particularly with the eye towards converting these people to Christianity. That's the whole point and why they're doing this. In fact, it's stated several times on their website. Franklin Graham himself has stated that this is the reason, that it's a tool for evangelism. That's this whole point of this whole shoebox gift-giving activity, is to indoctrinate children around the globe to Franklin Graham's version of Christianity, which just happens to also be rampantly anti-gay and trans.
Great!
Yeah, not a great thing, but again, not something that a public school should be specifically endorsing. Because of the, what is it again, Elron, that you have in your country?
The Constitution.
The Constitution, right. And it's the, which amendment? The very...
I think it might be the first one. I think it's the very first one that we put in the Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
To prevent, tyrannical governments from imposing their will upon people.
But go on, Sheila. Tell us more, Sheila.
Innovations in the United States. Now, according to Operation Christmas Child, even amid a global pandemic, they still want to collect more shoeboxes than ever before because, quote, now more than ever, children need hope, unless you are the freedom from religion people. Now, in 2017, the Newfoundland English School District voted to cut ties with Operation Christmas Child because of the organization's explicitly Christian, albeit non-denominational, motives.
I love this, because what's the title say here? Newfoundland schools stop participation in Operation Christmas Child over homophobic policies. And she's going to get into it in a bit. But
very non-denominational.
Let's be clear. I'm not sure fully what the regulations are in Canada, but I actually think that it doesn't go against our country's laws to necessarily promote religion in schools. So this might technically be legal. It's just clear that even the good old Christians in Newfoundland were like, maybe these are the Christians we want to support right here.
Look at this. This organization is on record with its statement of beliefs that it requires its coordinating volunteers to sign statements of faith that are in direct conflict with our inclusive philosophy, particularly as it pertains to the LGBT community, said Director of Education Tony Stack to CBC in 2017. In a statement to CBC News, Operation Christmas Child said it asks volunteers to sign a statement of faith confirming their beliefs are in line with the infallible Word of God. The beliefs Newfoundland English School District found to be so offensive were that human sexuality is to be expressed only within the context of marriage, and that real marriage is only between a genetic male and a genetic female. Now it's
going to try to push on from that, Sheila. Just going to try to say, hammer it home very slowly, and then go, now if you think, come on, Sheila.
I feel like she's really just struggling with the teleprompter, which is really unfortunate when she gets to something like this, where she needs to say this shit quickly and then move on as if it's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, even to find a way to transition from that, it's clear to me that, she's... I mean, I don't know, her delivery is always bad, but it could be, she's finding it hard to read the text on one device or, whatever. I don't know. People can have their problems. It's just a matter of, the setup of this, because when you start with the first person's quote, which is we realized that their anti-LGBT stance goes against our own philosophy in our public school system, or it might even be a Catholic school system. I don't know what Newfoundland is up to in terms of their school systems. But so they're we have this disconnect here. We're no longer going to be doing the Operation Christmas Child gift exchange thing. And then you would expect the follow-up from that, from Operation Christmas Child, would be some way of going would be some way to be oh, look, we're open to everything, or some like wishy-washy statement. But no, it is in fact an extreme doubling down, going, we expect a statement of faith from these people, saying that they believe in the infallible word of God. And coming with the infallible word of God is this idea that human sexuality is to be expressed only within the context of marriage. So if you dare fuck outside of marriage, you're not welcome into our church. And that real marriage, real, not this fake fucking liberal shit that they do in those churches of other Christian denominations, real marriage is only between a genetic male and a genetic female. Which I'm not even sure what the fuck that means. But there you have it. Genetic male and genetic female. Because every marriage, what they first do is to make sure that you have the appropriate chromosomes before and the appropriate alleles in the right positions before they allow you to marry in their church, apparently.
Sorry, hold on. I was going to agree with you, but then you said LLs. Can you say that again?
Alleles?
Alleles? Allele?
Alleles? Did I say it wrong?
Allele, yes.
Allele? Allele? I mean...
Hello? Hello? Is this...
LOL.
It could be...
Is this science?
It could be one of those things where I've read it more than I've heard it said out loud. So it read off the page to me as allele, and like I incorporated it. But I can go with allele. I'm cool.
Alleles are...
So, yo, this is this is my primordial Pridormidal.
Pridormidal. Drea, never change. We love you.
Yeah.
You're watching
Hi
this,
again,
Drea.
Drea.
We love you so much.
So yes, allele. My apologies. Elron is here to keep me honest to the scientific content of the stream.
Lord knows I'm not.
Oh, God. But yes, one thing that I was doing with my PhD before I dropped out was problematizing the notion that there is a binary in terms of sex. So that has obviously been problematized in terms of gender, that there's all different kinds of gender and gender fluidity and all this stuff. I mean, you have to be pretty ignorant of human beings at this point to realize that it's not just a binary in terms of gender, but people still sort of hold on to this notion of a binaristic model of human sex and sex characteristics. And I also think that is not as straightforward as people think, to the point that there are people who have multiple different sex characteristics that would fit into these different binaristic categories, and that saying that someone is a genetic male or a genetic female is not, in fact, given by the evidence in biology. But hey, we'll see if I'm vindicated in a few years once the war against trans people continues to heat up on the right wing. So
It's not clear if the school district in Newfoundland ever replaced that program with anything as important and as effective as Operation Christmas Child. And what a bunch of awful Scrooges they are to deny children in need of hope, a gift at Christmas time, and a reminder that people do care about them, just because the school district didn't like the Christian faith of the people behind the work. What a bunch of grinchy lefties. For Rebel News, I'm Sheila Gunn Reid.
Fuck their constitutional rights. They're just a bunch of Grinches. Just a whole lot of Grinches.
You're a mean one,
Yeah.
Mr. Lefty.
And again, there are so many things that you could do and could donate to or could give your time to that would be way more beneficial to people in need than this stupid Christian evangelizing shoebox activity that all these people are involved in. I don't know, maybe stop bombing Middle Eastern countries. That's a way to help people. Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
Let's not get too crazy.
Yeah, let's settle down here. Simmer down.
Oh my God, Sheila Gunn Reid. I did want to say, we'll watch another Rebel video here. Pull it up. Rebel did get a new host, and the first. Actually, here I'll leave it up to you two to decide. We have the newest Rebel employee, who is an American who hates Black Lives Matter but is also black, or we can watch more of. Do you remember Ben Bankus? So Ben Bankus was the comedian, has released more also not funny content. Actually, let's do that. Fuck it, I've made the decision.
Oh God, no! My brain is gonna have a hard time.
Because here's the thing.
I want to be very clear. I put comedian in massive scare quotes there.
Yes. I mean, we got, so this is, what's her name here? Kim Klasick. Classic? I mean, if her name was Kim Classic, that would be pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure it's Klasick. And she's pretty terrible. This video, all that happens in this video, it's like 2 minutes long, is I guess she went to the DC protest, the Million MAGA March, or whatever the hell it was called. And all she does is play clips from it while saying that basically Black Lives Matter and Antifa are destroying America and how the election was stolen. And she plays clips from it that are all out of context. So there's that one famous video of this dude who gets knocked the fuck out, and everyone's like, oh my God, Black Lives Matter, they're so violent, Antifa, they're so violent. And it's like, that guy clearly, if you watch like the longer context of the video, he clearly instigated it. But of course, all they show is him getting knocked the fuck out. Yeah, this is the famous one. Watch. If you watch it in like just a snippet, it looks like, oh my God, how dare they?
They just want to cause chaos.
Oh, they just
so,
watch.
after all the buzz that we saw in Washington, D.C.,
and he's knocked the fuck out.
Videos come out on Saturday night.
And of course, like, you show that clip and you're like, oh, he's this innocent man. But then when you watch the context, he was shoving people, punching them, and then eventually the crowd turned on him. It's like, I don't know, maybe don't run and start beating up people in the middle of the day. That's not cool. But, yeah. Fuck Kim Klasick. We'll get more of her later. Right now, we need some Ben Bankus and how unfunny he is. Oh, God. What's, Oh, man, I want the voter fraud one. There we go. He's releasing several now, and they're all like a minute long. And again, so he's the new... He was the newest until they just got Klasick, but he's a comedian of sorts. And now his first video was like a top 5 thing. It was like a very brief video. But now he's doing these he's doing a sketch comedy for Rebel. So we get some wonderful sketch comedy. So let's... I know,
it's
like,
gonna be...
it's gonna be so funny.
I was gonna say it's gonna be sketch, but not necessarily in the way that he.
I know the delivery is gonna be. It's beautiful. So here we go.
Hold on, before you do that, could you do the dual live stream for your special patrons?
Dual live stream for my special patrons. What do you mean?
Through the app that we are currently chatting on.
Oh, it's not streaming there?
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. Okay, yeah, no. I fucked up.
I pay for this privilege. I want the full experience.
No, it's actually good that you reminded me, because I wasn't going to do it. I was going to leave you going, I can't see the video. And then I'll be like, deal with it.
This is a violation of my constitutional rights.
Yeah, and by proxy, I am also right.
You can actually, I should throw that in the chat now. You can donate to the FFRF in the chat. Look at that. To protect your constitutional rights. And now, the stand-up comedian Ben Bankus. Prepare yourself.
I've been a ballot counter since 2008, since Barack Obama's epic win. It's fun being a ballot counter. It's our job to protect democracy. That looks like a lot of Biden votes. Are you a Trump observer? Get the hell out of here. We have nothing to hide, but you are not welcome. We count all the votes, no matter which candidate they're for. Who did I vote for? Better question is, who did my dead grandmother vote for? I said scram! Get out of here. Get out of here. Nothing to see here, folks. Just a regular garbage dump. hate you, Donald Trump. Nothing to see. Get out of here. Dude, get out of here. Trump's presidency has started a war on democracy, and we are here to fight that war.
Brought to you by the Kamala Harris Foundation for Fraudulent Voting.
I think we found a new Carlin.
He's revolutionizing comedy.
An incredible commentary on our society these days, and you can take that one to the bankus.
I will say, there's like elements of something that I could appreciate. Like there's like part of it is like I don't know if it's intended or if so it reminds me kind of a Tim and Eric type sketch. But the thing is, like, Tim and Eric, it's intentional, right?
Right.
Like, it's intentionally bad as, like, that's why they do it. Now, here, it's like, I can't tell if that's the intent or if, like, they're just so shitty that it comes off as a Tim and Eric kind of sketch. But then it's all... Sorry, you can say it.
No, I was going to say, like the whole, like, get out of here, dude, get out of here. That was actually kind of cute. I almost chuckled. I was like, oh, okay, that's cute.
Yeah.
But like, it is so just like, it's not even like cringy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so horrifically unfunny.
I mean, and it's the thing they do that joke 3 times, and it's just like, I caught it once.
yeah, got it.
Yeah,
You know, I got it once. But you're right. It's like, it also seems to me too is like they have a bunch of like things they have to check off. Like he went through the list of kind of like jokes are not. I wouldn't even say they're jokes, right? Because these are like claims that Republicans are making. So like I guess like the punchline here is like, here's this video of him pretending to be this like poll watcher person doing all the things that Republicans say they're doing, but then like pretending like it's not happening or something like that. Like that's the joke. But then like I don't know, like normally if you're gonna do a joke like that, like you don't have, it shouldn't feel like you're going through a list and checking off to make sure that you hit every single point, you know? But it feels very inauthentic.
Comedy as a shopping list.
So he's done other election ones that are not funny, but I want to show, we got some more time here, so let's do, what do we got here? Yeah, so he started adopting a character, and he's done several videos now that are like this. I'm going to have to reshare the screen again as well.
Why has he done this?
Character? He's already got so much, like, you know, he's already such a character on his own.
Now, when was the last time Cribs was a show?
Oh my god. Like, no, don't do it. Don't show me this. Don't make it a thing. Don't you dare.
It's worse. So not only is the premise offensive because it's so dated, but like the character he creates for himself is also offensive. And we can talk about that after we watch it. But you tell me how offensive you think this character is when we're done.
Give me like 5 seconds to like come up with a mental image in my head of what I think this character is going to be.
Yeah.
And
I think
I'm with
you all around.
Maybe, yeah, I'd be curious.
All right, let's do it.
You got it? All right, here it comes.
Yep.
I hate Trump, and this is my house. We are only allowed to watch CNN or CBC here, okay? No Fox News, no Rebel News. I live with my 3 dogs, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Obama.
You're always so sleepy, Joe Biden.
He was a racist, so I never really spoke to him, but he was my grandfather, so there is a bit of love there.
Kamala, stop ripping up that ballot. Give me that.
This would have been my 8th vote. Get back in your cage, Obama. Sorry, your crate. Whatever. Made in Mexico. Go figure. So who did you vote for?
Trump.
You're serious right now. I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable with this interview. Do you mind leaving? I feel like I'm between one racist and another racist.
No, get the fuck out of here. You gotta leave. You gotta get out of here. I'm disgusted by you. I'm disgusted by you and your people.
And by that I mean whites.
Thank you for
Now,
Oh,
Jeez, yeah.
that lisp is a little abrasive, but this is his character that he's adopted. And
I'll say this: it could have been worse.
yes,
Yeah.
it could have been a lot worse. It was a very subtle, offensive sort of like edge to it, and like I would say there was like elements of a good joke that he just like he extends it too far to the point where it's not funny anymore. Like the whole like what is it, Obama get in your cage like joke, that would have been like funny like just as is, and then he goes on about like the made in Mexico and like stares in the camera kind of thing, and it's like you've now ruined the joke. Like I got it by the first thing that you said. I didn't need you to like give more context to the joke unless he's like writing for an audience that like needs more context because they're not going to get it.
I was literally about to say, it's like, yeah, we get it, but like he might have to do some more hand holding for the people actually watching this shit.
He is writing for Rebel News.
Yeah. And like the old racist on the wall was like pretty cute, and there was so much that he could have done with that he didn't do, you know.
Yeah.
But again,
I'm not gonna tell him how to be a comedian. I'm just gonna say he's not funny.
Yeah. But it's also, again, it's that one joke that keeps cropping up, which is the Trump supporter tries to come in, and then they're like, "Get out of here, Trump supporter." And so we're gonna watch one more.
Please, sir.
Yeah, this is the last one. So I didn't do all of his content because there was one more that he did that just was like really not funny. Like I don't even think there was a joke in it at all. Maybe you want to watch that? Do you want to watch that one?
Oh my God, I don't know. I don't know.
He's literally just covered in chips, like waiting for the election results, and like there's no announced winner, so he goes to bed, and then he wakes up in the morning and is like, "Siri, who won the election?" And they're like, "According to the AP, they haven't called it for anyone." And he's like, "No!" And that's like the whole video. And it's like, that's not funny. But this is woke, the card game.
Oh boy.
Let's do it.
And we get the he's reintroducing. He now has a character. Watch. So this character is going to reappear.
It's Woke the Card Game.
I got BIPOC.
I've got LGBTQ+.
I've got Obama.
How do you get Obama, like, every time?
I might have slipped a few extra in there.
What did you get, Ethan?
I got Donald Trump.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Why should I
Get
go
the
to
fuck
your
out.
house?
Get the fuck out. You're a
I'm not going
fascist.
to your house.
You're a fascist racist.
Why are you kicking me out?
Because you're a transphobe.
I'm not even a
Yes,
transphobe.
you are.
I'm actually not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
You are.
He's gone. Pull the mystery card and you get to do an impression.
I've got mystery woke.
Do Joe Biden.
Oh my God, you just got 137,000 votes in one night.
You're gonna be the next president of the United States.
I pulled COVID test. I have COVID. It's Woke the Card Game. AOC blow-up dolls sold separately. Made in China.
Like again, there's like moments here where it's like you're so on the cusp. You can't.
Yeah, I was trying to find the joke in there at all. Like even the premise of one, and I was like, "There's nothing."
I don't know. I thought the smelling of the hair as pretending to be. I was like, you have to be Joe Biden. That was like the one thing where I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, like that could be that. I agree. Someone could have misinterpreted that as a joke. I agree.
Yeah.
Well, like this is the entire fucking grift of these people. And again, it's not fair to say that's a grift, even though that's the word that came in my mouth, right? Because he's really trying to sell himself as a comedian. But he's not funny. There's no punchline. There's no setup to the joke. It's just referencing things that the audience already finds distasteful and going, ha ha ha, it's kind of distasteful. Don't like this thing? Like,
and I'm doing it in a silly manner.
I'm doing it in a silly voice. Don't you like my silly voice? Like, Ben, listen. You can do whatever you want with your life. You are welcome to have whatever career you want. That's your choice. It's your life. But I want you to know this. No one's going to think you're a comedian if you keep going down this path. You want to be a comedian, be a comedian. You want to be a sellout, be a sellout. But you can't be both. Unless, of course, you're Jim Jeffries.
But he's lazy, too. Because, like, notice, like, if we go back to the beginning here, and his character talks, like, he doesn't have the lisp here.
I've got
Watch.
LGBTQ plus.
I've got Obama.
How do you get a?
You know what I mean? Like, when he talks
Yeah,
here,
might have slipped a few extra in there.
like, he's not doing the lisp, and then all of a sudden you get to the throwing out of the Trump supporter, and then all of a sudden lisp is back.
You are.
I'm actually not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
You are.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're trans.
Right? And so it's like, at least show me that you have. Well, like, again, it's Rebel fucking news. Who gives a shit, right? But it's like, if you really want me to take you seriously as a comedian, show some commitment to the bit. You know?
Do some fucking work, boy. Come on.
Show
Stop
some
being
fucking
lazy.
commitment to the bit. And I like that he added a scarf now, too. He's, but, like, I don't even... And again, it's this running gag of getting rid of the Trump supporter. And part of me is like, I don't even get it in this context. Like, it's a board game, and he draws the Trump piece, and that's why he has... Just because he drew the Trump piece, he has to get kicked out of class. Like, I don't understand why that's a joke. Other than it's like, he's got the Trump thing, and therefore I have to fit in this bit that I've thrown into every single one of my videos, where I throw out a Trump supporter.
Well, obviously, Jody, the left can't handle ideas that disagree with them, right? They just need to remove them.
Yeah.
Duh. That's the joke, you moron.
I just wish there was such a game with a card that gets me kicked out of the party because I would like to leave. Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm on board with that. If there was ever a card you could pull that just got you kicked out of a boring party with Ben Bankus, I would fucking pull it. In a fucking heartbeat. I would cheat to get kicked out of Ben Bankus' party. And that's a joke, Ben.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. And, I mean, they've gotten more frequent, so I think that's 4 1-minute videos in the past. Like, here's the thing. Part of me appreciates the grift. Like, it's clear this was a comedian who had, like, no career. Like, trying to look for stuff that he's done. He's almost non-existent out there. And he tried to do this... Again, the only reason he got picked up by Rebel is because he was trying to do this grift saying that, like, I'm being attacked. Or, like, oh, the lockdown is preventing me from doing comedy. That was the whole thing that got him started into this. And then Rebel was like, we'll throw you a paycheck to create these shitty 1-minute sketches where it looks like that one about voting fraud, the camera was like moving around too. So it's not, they're not even giving him a professional camera to shoot this shit. They're just like, we'll throw you a paycheck, you just make these shitty 1-minute videos with your friends, and we're good to go. And so he's fed a paycheck for himself. In some ways I respect that. Good for you, Ben. Hustle it.
Good, hard working, salt of the earth Canadian.
And on that line, you know, I work for it too, and so you can support the Imperial News Patreon. I'll throw the link in the chat. That's patreon.com/Imperial News. If you want to join these two fine fellows in the voice chat at some point, it's donate to us at the $10 or above level. I want to say get well, Vieno. Vieno couldn't make it into the stream today because they were sick. So get well. And to everyone else, wear a fucking mask. And stay safe. Now I got to think of who I should raid. Any closing thoughts while I find someone to raid?
Yeah, first, Jody, did you want to promote the land back thing that you normally do?
Oh, I could do that too. Yeah.
And while you do that, unless you wanted to describe it, I wanted to promote the Tropicana strike for tomorrow. as well, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Yeah. So there is a solidarity rally for the Tropicana workers that are currently on strike. For clarity, it's not the juice company, so you can continue to drink Tropicana products as much as you would like. Yeah. It is a community services organization whose workers have not seen a wage increase for
15 years is what they said. Yeah.
15, 20 years, something like that, like something crazy. And they are asking for the company to come back to the bargaining table in good faith and for said wage increase to happen. So I'm going to put in the chat. I thought I copy pasted the link, but I did not.
And they provide educational services as well, right? So I think they often get sort of like left out of the picture because they're not like the same people, like say, who work at high schools or elementary schools or whatever, but they're still educating people. They're still worth paying attention to. So
yeah,
and they deserve wages. I mean, like, one thing that we talked about on the podcast was this Bill 124, which basically froze public sector wage increases. So it basically has tied the hands of any bargaining unit going against the provincial government from getting a pay increase. And it's like another way of us creating austerity. So fuck that, and don't vote for Conservatives ever again.
Yeah. Solidarity Rally is at the location in the link from 12 to 3 p.m. tomorrow, which is Saturday, November the 21st. I will be there at some point, but I am a sleepy boy, so I don't know if I will be there right at 12, but I will be there at some point with some friends.
Hey, if you take some pictures and post them to Twitter, I'll send them out there. We'll create some buzz. We'll try to buzz it up.
Right.
I gotta figure out how to do this raid. All right. What do we got? We got. I've already raided Clara and I've raided Famous Horse before. Let's give Aranok a raid. Why not? Let's see how that works here.
I'm for it.
Go for it.
Oh. Looks like they're just playing Destiny 2, but Aranok seems like a nice fella. So enjoy. I'll see you later. Thanks for watching the stream, and tune in next Friday, 8 p.m. Same time, Eastern Standard Time. And tune into the podcast. Hopefully we'll be catching up with that in the coming weeks. But COVID, kids, and stress, it gets a bit difficult, but we're trying hard. Sorry,
I'll
Ken, you got cut off.
Harder.
Yeah. What I need is this virus to go away, and then I could deliver my children to their grandparents and be like, take care of them. I am taking a break. But I have to wait till the virus goes away before I can do that. So please, wear a mask. All right, goodbye, everyone. Say hello to Aranok.
Bye!
Oh, I have to wait to rate it? Oh, there we go. Rate now. Here we go.